Hi everyone, and welcome to another episode of Revisiting Disney. This is the series in which I sort of play Armchair Imagineer. Every episode I pick an attraction or a show or a restaurant, or you guys pick one, and I sort of play Armchair Imagineer and talk about how I would replace it if I had to, in a way that sort of still captures the spirit of the original attraction. Doesn't necessarily mean I want to see the thing that we're revisiting replaced, but I think it's just a cool new way to sort of look at an attraction that we all love. And today we are on MC Magic, the 1-to-1 scale recreation of Disney World in the game of Minecraft, and we are revisiting, by the suggestion of subscriber McKenna Mowry, the Honey I Shrunk the Kids movie set adventure. So if you've never been to Disney before, this is a playground area sort of themed off of Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, the film with Rick Moranis, where he shrinks his kids into tiny little sizes and they end up in the backyard. And so basically it's a big play set made to look like a giant backyard. There are ants, there's snacks, there's just like all sorts of stuff. I think there's a roll of film, a Lego, and the idea is it's a kid's playground. You climb on things, you slide down things. It's really fun. It's a really cool set, and it's something I really enjoyed when I was younger as somebody who grew up watching the Honey, I Shrunk the Kids films, because that was just sort of within my age range. But it's time to revisit it because Honey, I Shrunk the Kids is kind of getting old. It's not like they've rebooted it or anything, and each film after the first one or two has just gotten sort of progressively worse and just sort of made for TV, stuff like that. So when I was thinking about how to revisit this, I actually came up with two ideas. One of them I think is low-hanging fruit. I think it's low effort, really easy idea. And then the other one I think is a little more creative. So the low effort fruit is Toy Story, right? That makes sense. Toy Story follows toys. Toys are small. You can make Andy's room. You can make a bunch of giant toys and they play around, and that's a whole lot of fun. The reason why I don't think this is like a full answer is because, well, between Toy Story Midway Mania and Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger Spade, and then this rumor of a Pixar expansion that might involve a new Toy Story ride, I just feel like there's plenty of Toy Story already represented in the park, so we don't really need another space for it, and I don't think there was a whole lot of effort involved in that idea. The other idea I have, which I like a lot more, involves a new film that isn't even out yet. It is based on Pixar's upcoming film Inside Out, which if you don't know what that's about, it's about basically this young girl, and all of her moods are personified by these little characters in her brain, and it looks like it's going to be another really great Pixar movie with a fantastic cast. And I really like that idea of these tiny small figures in a brain. You know, I was a big fan of Cranium Command, which was a show at Epcot back in the 80s and 90s, which had a similar concept, which is all these characters are inside a teenage boy's head and they're sort of controlling the body. And it was a cool way to personify all of the aspects of what makes us tick. And it was a cool way to sort of teach the sort of physiology of a human being. And so I love that idea, and I think this is going to be a great movie, and I think it's a cool way to creatively look at the brain. So in this idea, for this revisiting, I would sort of enclose the space, which I know a lot of people might not like, get out of the Orlando sun, but cover it up and make the area look like this sort of cartoonish brain, and have all these stations where you can go and do all this fun stuff. Now, a major factor of the Honey, I Shrunk the Kids movie set adventure is the physical aspect of climbing up stuff and just being active. And so I would want to keep that. And so I like the idea of designing a brain, and this might be some poetic license because this might not be how the brain's depicted in the movie, but it'd be cool if all of these stations, these interactive stations, are in different spots and in accessed different ways, so that it's not a matter of just walking over to this, screen and doing stuff. You have to climb, a rope ladder, or you have to run up this ramp, or you just have to, get physical and climb up stuff and be a kid, because really this attraction is geared towards younger kids. So I think it's cool to have an idea where we can engage them physically and mentally at the same time. And so the idea would be you'd have all these fun, almost like gymnastic challenges to get to these different areas. And then when you get to the area, you have this sort of console, maybe like a big touch screen, and you have mini games. You can have mini games, short animations, all stuff that ties in with the movie Inside Out. Maybe you have some of the characters there on like a life-size screen. All sorts of fun stuff like that. I mean, I think you get really creative with it, where each station has its own idea behind it. But the general idea is to sort of merge this highly technological, mental games and things like that I think kids today are really into. They're playing with their tablets or their smartphones, but still keeping it, physically active and keeping it fun, because you're still climbing up stuff and sliding down things, and you're just merging the two of them rather than going with one over the other. And you have this nice enclosed space, so you get out of the hot Florida sun. It could be like really fun to theme. I think a cool idea is because it's the brain, you can make it all mushy. Everybody's worried today about, getting hurt and falling off of things. So you could, set it up so it's all soft brain matter, and so you can fall, and little Timmy won't break his leg when he falls off of, the Joy Station or whatever. But that's what I think I would do with it. I think it'd be a lot of fun, and I think it'd be a cool way to tie into the new movie that isn't even out yet, as opposed to focusing on a movie that's been out for decades and is sort of losing relevancy. Anyway, that's just my idea. Let me know what you think. Do you think this idea is great? Do you like this idea? Would you want to do something differently? Maybe you have a whole other idea for this area that you would like to see put into action. Let me know in the comments below, or you can let me know on Twitter. I'm at Rob Plays on Twitter. If you want to see more videos like this, you just have to hit that subscribe button. I do all Disney on this channel now, all the time. It's Disney ride history and company history and Q&As and all sorts of fun stuff. Anyway, thank you for watching. Have a great day, whatever you're doing. Make the most of it. And I hope to see you next time for the next episode of Revisiting Disney. Bye, everybody.